Hello, welcome to this podcast. My name is Beatrice Marse. I'm a singer-songwriter from France. And today I've come to talk to you about my last album release, which is called I Don't Know. I don't know. And the thing is, in the last something like 4 days, I didn't know what was happening with this album because, as I said before, if you listen to my podcast before, and I was saying that, and I think I was saying it, I can't remember, I think I did. Oh no, I did not. Well, never mind. What happened? No, it's just that I made a post on Instagram, on my Instagram account called Beatrice Marse, and I was saying that I had my internet connection shut down just the day before the release of the album. So for the past 4 days, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't see anything, and actually today is the December 17th, and it's actually I had the connection back yesterday, but yesterday was a busy day. I wanted to do this podcast, but I couldn't. So, all that to say, so I was in the dark for 4 days. I said on my previous podcast that I have really no strategy to actually release this album, and somehow I didn't care that much. But it's true that I'm used to actually do everything and look at everything after the release. And I have to say, for 4 days I was in the dark. So yesterday was better. So I did manage to do things, and I realized that I went in some kind of internet detox for 4 days. And I realized also how much I depend on internet. My life kind of revolves around internet, and there are things you can do with a smartphone, but it's pretty limited, and you need to get large plans, so you can upload data and download data. But there are things you can do with a smartphone, but you cannot do everything, or you can do those things, but it takes so much time that it's better to have a proper internet connection. So I'm happy because I've got a better internet connection right now. That's the irony. I have to suffer during 4 days, but now I've got a better internet connection than before, which is somehow good. But so I seen the figures. I have to say I'm happy as usual. It's an handful of plays and full of listeners, and if you are among the people who actually listen to my album or any of my album, thank you very much for listening, and thank you very much for going as far as to come to my YouTube channel, because I'm recording this podcast right now, or come to listen to this podcast right now. Thank you very much. As usual, it's a handful of people who have listened to this album, but I'm kind of happy because it did not happen on Thursday. I think it did not happen. I think it's either happened. I'm not too sure it happened. I think on Saturday it was on. I had already one listener, and then right now as I speak, I've got 3 listeners on this album. I'm pleased with it. I'm very pleased with it because to me 1 is better than 0. Then I'm also pleased because, as I said before, to me, I'm doing art. I'm not there to, I know that I was gonna say I'm not there to sell, but the thing is, it's more important. The most important part for me is to create over the sell. It's not the important part, but the important part to me is the creation. So to me, making music is a form of therapy, more than an hobby, because I realize when I don't do anything, I'm not feeling that good. As soon as I actually do a thing, try to do something for music, I'm feeling at ease with myself, in peace, and it's much better for me. So I know this. This is something I have to do. So you're gonna say, so what do you do the other day? The other hours of the day, I do multiple things, which allow me to actually nurture my creative spirit. That's all I can say. So today it's much easier for me to actually make music because, so I'm gonna say something which might seem strange to yeah, might seem strange to people who don't know any artist, but for those of you who are creators, you may understand what I'm saying. Is that before I don't actually, the way I work, I don't actually say today I'm gonna make music. I do multiple things, except from feeding myself and taking care of myself the best I can. But I do many things, and there are moments in time, moments in the day where, or some days where I know that right now, whatever I do, I need to stop and I need to actually sit down in front of my laptop and open everything up, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go to make anything. I'm ready. As and it's the same with when I'm working. I know at one point I know that I need to stop. It's I just know that there's something in me that says to me, now you need to start, now you need to stop and come back. And I have to say, when I come back in time, before, like 30 years ago, I would spend more or less, no, 20 years ago, I would more or less spend something like a whole day doing the music. Nowadays I don't anymore, as actually because of my health in part, but also because of where I do things nowadays. It's just that I usually spend something 1 or 2 hours a day doing it, and then I do other things. But it's I'm very much more productive in those few hours than I was before, when I was working a whole day. And then also there's the hearing fatigue. So to me, I find it much better to work in a slot of 1 or 2 hours and come back. Even if for slots I could do maybe, and it's really rare nowadays, even if I actually do 1 or 2 slots of 1 or 2 hours in the day, but it's once again, it's very rare nowadays. So yeah, I don't care so much. I don't care so much. To me, it's an art form. So I know that my music may not be up to the music industry standard, but as I said in a post on Rumbl, I don't care, because I'm there to make art, and then maybe I'm gonna get sales behind it. But well, it's gonna be the plus. It's good to know. I'm not gonna lie. It's good to know that you're creating something and some people actually like it and come back to listen to it, which is the case for one of my songs. For one of my songs, so and people are saving your songs on the playlist. It doesn't matter if it's a name full, because what I'm saying, it's my therapy. I'm doing something. I'm creating something, and to know that someone who doesn't know me actually listen to something for the first time, actually saying I like it, I would like to listen to it over again, it's a nice feeling. It's really nice. It's really nice. So it doesn't matter the number, just one person. It's nice. It's nice. And you know, it's about the artists. They're never too sure. They're always in doubts. You create something and you don't know, and it's nice to see that you're creating something and people are reaching out because of because of the thing you've created. So I don't know. What I'm sure is that I'm very pleased of the album. I'm gonna say it. The thing is, I had already recorded the podcast, but I messed up, so I had to record it again. So here it is. So what I was saying is, I'm pleased that and I think it is one of the best releases so far. Out of the other 5, it's the best. It's the best so far. So which is good, very very good. So I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Anyway, the way I see it is, and it's been like that for many years with me. Anything I do in life is kind of a bonus. So, and it's even more so because what happened to me in 2014, when I was bedridden for more than 3.5 years. So for almost 3.5 years. So to me, I'm all on bonus. So whatever happened with the music, it's good. It's something I wasn't expecting. and really wasn't expected at all. So I didn't believe, like, if you had asked me like something like five years ago if I would make any music again, I would have said no. So what I've been doing for the past since 2017 is like over the moon. Something I wasn't anticipating. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very grateful that I actually can create the way I can create, and even more grateful that you are following me and you are listening to my music. So once again, thank you very much. So it's a good start. We'll see what will happen. I'm kind of thinking that there are going to be tracks on the other album that may pop up. So I've got one from album number 1, Je Dégaine. I think that the one from Unleash the Pen is one from Unleash the Pen called the Writing on the Wall that might pop up in the future. But as far as I'm concerned, I'm very much like there for the long run. So I can be patient. I know that when you are patient, with time you see the fruit of your work. That's all I can say. So I'm very, very, very patient with it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. What I can say right now is it's true that number 7 is almost finished. What I can say right now is true that I don't know. I'm not too sure what I'm going to do with number 8. Is it going to be 100% modular? I don't know yet. But I kind of want to go that way as an experiment. I don't know if I'm going to put any words, any lyrics on it. I don't know yet. But I'm willing to experiment. So I was meant today to work on an electronic project, a sound module, oscilloscope, and I'm not going to do it because it's almost like the end of the afternoon. It's going to get dark and everything, and it's going to be like pleasant to actually work like that. So I'm not too sure yet. So what I'll say, I remember that I said in the last podcast that I was going to talk about this album. It's not going to be on this one. It's going to be probably on the next podcast. It's going to be, I would like to do it over just after Christmas, before the end of this year, so I can actually turn the page with the new year. I hope that I will be able to do that. Meanwhile, I'm not going to do much. As I say, I have no strategy apart from the fact, and I have to say, when I'm saying I have no strategy, and I was saying on the past 2 podcasts that it's kind of false, because I've been posting on this social media application called Rumbl, and I do believe that the listeners I had on this album is due to the posts I've made on this platform. This is something I've never seen before. It's the same with TikTok. I've been posting on TikTok, but I've never seen any striking difference in my figures. The download figures, the streaming figures, excuse me. But it's clear to me that most of the people may come from this application, or maybe because we're talking about Spotify right now, because it might be also my 2 followers on Spotify. So I'm not too sure yet. I'm gonna see. I think I'm gonna see in the next few days, and maybe over the Christmas holiday. So what I'm saying, I have no strategy. I'm posting as much as I can and as I want to, because I don't like doing things just to do things. I like to have some work that is meaningful to me and meaningful to you. So I've started to play around with TikTok, and I realized that I was going into something which is not quite me, and I don't feel it that much, I have to say. So I decided to stop to do what I was doing on TikTok. And in the meantime, that's when I discovered Rumbl through another YouTuber called Reyes the Entrepreneur, and I recommend you his channel if you speak English. And and really I'm everywhere: YouTube, Spotify, YouTube, all those streaming platforms, of course, for my music. Instagram, Snapchat, but I don't use Snapchat. TikTok, I've said it. Facebook, I don't like either. I don't like Facebook. I don't like Instagram that much, so I do the best I can with it. And Rumbl is it's a mix up of all these platforms somehow, and I actually enjoy Rumbl a little bit more than all these other social media platforms. So if you want, you can follow me on Rumbl, which is, my name is Beatrice Marse there, or Beatrice M. But I'm pleased. I've just released my new album on December 13th, and I'm pleased with it. And I realize many people have actually released their album on December 13th. So I'm maybe lost in the mass, lost in space. I'm usually lost in space somehow. But then I'm an artist, aren't I? So that's gonna be all for today. So just to say that good things are happening right now, and summer is better than I was expecting, and I was just very, very much relieved yesterday when I managed to connect myself to all those application to see on my laptop to see what was going on with the music. And there's one thing I would like to say before I finish, is that it could be a podcast on its own, but I don't understand. I'm gonna talk about it because of the name of my last album. I don't know. Well, I don't know why people are using that much Spotify, but in fact, I do know why. It's because Spotify actually has got an excellent PR marketing campaigns working for them. So, but the thing is, what I'm telling you as an artist, that if you really like an artist and you want to do something for the artist, I'm gonna say straight up, don't listen to their music on Spotify. Go to Apple Music, Tidal, and Napster. That's what I can say, because these are the platforms that are paying the most to the artist, actually. So what I should say is that every time you go into Tidal, Apple Music, or Spotify, every time you're listening to one song of the artist, the artist get actually 1 cent in dollars. Okay, if you go to YouTube, it's 0.0012 something cents. If you go to Spotify, it's 0.002, and basically, if you listen to the same track 4 times or 8 times, the artist is only gonna get 1 cent or 2 cents. If you realize what I'm saying. So, if you really, really like the artist and you don't mind which platform you listen your music to on, I will advise you to go on one of those platforms. So I'm not paid to say that, but I'm being real with you, because I'm among those. I'm an independent artist, so I'm checking my figures myself. Okay, nobody else is doing it, so I can, when I see the reports of streaming reports, I can clearly see the figures. And there are only 3 platforms where I kind of play that kind of doing good for the artist. And their name is Apple Music, Tidal, and Napster. And when I realized what Napster was doing, remembering that it was a platform where you could pirate music beforehand, right at the beginning, I was kind of shocked when I realized that I had one play on Napster and I was paid 1 cent. Compared to Spotify, I was like, what? So that's the little thing, that's the little knowledge for today. So I'm gonna leave you with that. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I may come around to talk to you about the album a little bit. Why I don't know. Why the reason why I don't know. That's it. Meanwhile, thank you very much for listening to me rambling. And well, I hope you'll come back again to hear me ramble on my mic. And thank you very much for listening to this podcast. And take care. See you. You've just listened to Beatrice Marse. Bye.